Splou, thank you so much for being on this episode. It's actually weird. We were just like casually talking, and I'm just like, let's stop. Just start the episode. Pero gracias, mi hermano. Thank you for being here. For those people that don't know you, who are you?
My name is Splou. I am a Spanglish comedian. Dominican parents, born and raised in the Bronx. And I am a rising star.
That's a great way to put it, because no hay gente que no te conoce a ti in the Heights. That's like as valid as it gets.
Thank you, man.
Splou's the man. Everyone talks about sacatripa like it's their job. Bro, I saw that. I was dying. I forgot where I was going, but I was because I travel often, so I travel. Speaking,
I see that.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
I miss my bed. But yo estaba viajando. It was like 5 a.m. or something, some crazy thing, and I saw the video and I started dying. I was like, this is hilarious. Sacatripa out there somewhere, just living his best life.
Living his best life, not knowing he changed mine, bro.
literally. So what do you think has been the hardest part of like diving into this comedy thing, right? Because like that's like your thing, right? You love comedy. You're doing comedy. What's been the hardest part of that?
I think the hardest part has been the balance. Because I really want to do so much, but I realistically can't. You know, like we were saying, like we were talking off camera. Like I work 2 jobs, so I start working at 11 o'clock at night. I get out of work at 7 a.m. By 7:30, I'm at my other job, and I'm getting up at 3:30.
You're Dominican?
I am.
No se niega. You got 3 jobs. Is it Dominican or Jamaican?
Es que nosotros nos gusta los dinero.
Demasiado.
Nos gusta el dinero. So it's like, para no hacerlo mal hecho, right? So it was for a while, I went through some things. And I like, como que me volví loco en ese momento. Gasté all my savings. And at that point, I realized that I would go to work off 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. And then I started thinking to myself, why don't I just take this energy and put it to make money instead of just going out and spend money? Because uno gasta dinero those nights. Yeah. $200, $300.
Fácil,
and that's the night.
I spent that on dinner earlier.
Okay, so there you go. That's a good night with you and your family. Imagine you just going out.
Yeah, pero de que Applebee's, because he's spending...
Diablo, siento en Applebee's.
No, como está la vaina ahora. $100, eso no es nada, eso se gasta. It's cotton and water. So what was the rise of this though? Like you're coming into comedy. Was it like, how did you get in the door, or how are you getting in the door? Because I know that's a process in itself.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Josh. There's so many things that's been happening to me that, yo le doy gracias a Dios that have been happening to me, but it's not necessarily that I'm like, yo estoy trabajando para esto.
Yeah.
Yo estoy cogiendo las bendiciones que vienen.
Yeah.
Pero no necesariamente that I have a checklist that I'm like, que cuando pase esto, estoy trabajando para esto. Yo lo que estoy es dándole para adelante, trabajando y disfrutando de los frutos que Dios me está mandando.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality, porque hay muchas veces que nosotros creemos that we have to overstride for things. And it's when you're like making yourself available to it que te salen la cosa. Even the comedy stuff.
That, yes, right? But I feel like sometimes, well, right now, my mentality is that I want to, in a good way, I want to overwork myself. Because this work that I'm putting in now, eso va a ser fruto en el futuro.
Yeah.
Y yo quiero ver ese fruto.
Yeah. I mean, and I want to kind of shape that for you. Maybe it's not overwork yourself, but it's work with purpose. So like, that there's something that as you're working towards, que no es que working just to work, working de balde, but it's like, this is the thing that I'm working towards. Social media has been a big thing for you, right? Like that's been the catalyst. How's that going for you?
It's been, man, social media has been great. It's been great. It's been, man, there's so much love received through social media. So many people send me messages, man, I'm so happy I was having such a bad day today and I saw the video, I'm so happy I came across your page. Which I know you get that a lot, because I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like that when I come across your page and I'm having a little bad day. But social media has been so good to me. So many opportunities have came to me through social media. And you know, if there's one thing I could say is it is, you know, yesterday I was having a conversation with a hat designer, and shout out to
Who made
Noah's
that
Cat.
hat?
Yeah, man, shout out to Noah's Cat, man. That's my guy. And he was like, "Yo, how do you do it? How do you come up with 3-4 different videos a day? All of them different, all different videos?" And I was like, "Dude, you know, I wish I knew how to answer to you, but that's just me. Like my brain is on go 24/7.
Yeah, it's naturally flowing.
Naturally.
Yeah, no, but that naturally flowing. You know, you just able to.
You know, so porque es fácil para mí es fácil because it's just me. I'm being me.
Yeah.
So se me hace con facilidad.
Yeah.
And man, people have been so accepting of that, man, and I just love it.
Okay, so those commercials were, I don't know what they were actually. They don't really tell me, so people are gonna hear something. I'm actually figuring it out. We were talking about your work life and the things you do. Splou. ¿De dónde viene ese nombre?
Wow. Okay. So my real name is Lewis, right? And I've always been known as in my block. There was about 8 different Lewises. I was the youngest, shortest, littlest Lewis. So I was Little Lou. Now, one day we was all hanging out, and you know there was like a group of girls that was like the consistent group of girls that we were chilling with that summer. And at the beginning of chilling with them, the girls were like, "What's your name? You know, all I know is that you're always so well dressed. Like you always fly." My boy Chica.
That's a compliment.
That was a compliment.
That's a compliment.
That was a compliment.
You just the flyest one here.
That was fly. You fly. Right? And it's coming from the girls that we're chilling with. So I'm just like already like, yeah, you know. So my man Chicaling, his real name was David.
El Diablo de Chicaling.
Listen, that's a whole nother podcast.
Chicaling.
My man tried to jump in there and he was like, what he meant to say was Little Lou is always fly. And what came out was Little Splou Fly. Because él era gago, pero bien malo gago. So he was like, he stuttered for a little bit, and then all that came out was Little Sploo Fly. And the girls was like, what the fuck did you just say? But one of them caught it and was like, Little Sploo Fly, y se me pegó el nombre.
Yeah, that's the worst way.
Bro, se me pegó el nombre. So now the girls, they're all, oh, Little Sploo Fly. Después los tigres comenzaron, de que en chelcha, hey, Little Sploo Fly. And before you know it, everybody on the block is like, yo, you know, because Lou, which one? Little Sploo Fly. So now, you know, for a few years, I was Little Sploo Fly. And then I got older. I started hanging with the OGs. And one of them pulled me to the side and they were like, mira, ese nombre no está. Vamos a quitarte todo y vamos a dejarte Splou.
Yeah, amigo así necesitamos nosotros.
Yo, bro, he saved my life. ¿Tú te imaginas?
It's a Little Splou Fly.
Give it up for Little Sploo Fly, guys.
Eso como que eso no va. They would have been like, get this man off the stage, bro.
Y yo que estaba de vainita gangster y vaina. ¿Tú me entiendes? So,
everybody
got beef with Little Sploo Fly. Man, you don't get out of my face with this shit.
It was my galleta Sploo Fly. It's like a little fly. I don't know if you noticed, I got these little gnats because I don't know who convinced me to get real trees. Esa fue la cosa más estúpida en mi vida que yo he hecho. Buy like a real tree. Those trees, well, not all of them, but some of them are real. So there's these little Sploo Flies flying around. Una galleta bien placed le faltan a esa.
But you know, Sploo is actually a real thing. It's a military term.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a you know, like a tenure. I don't know, something in the military. Like
I was in ROTC and they kicked me out. So
so we want to cut this.
That's fine. I remember one time it was like, yeah, this ain't for you, brother. you talk well. Go do that. So,
but that's de ahí nació el nombre Splou.
Sploo Fly.
Yeah, Sploo Fly.
So we were talking about social media before, and I was going to mention like TikTok and stuff. Not to pry too deep, but have you like been making money off of TikTok yet?
I have.
Okay. I was going to say, but we can help with that.
I have been making money on TikTok. The thing with TikTok is you have to be. I just don't have the time. Yeah. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
So you have to be consistent. You have to kind of crack the algorithm.
Yeah.
Right. Once you do that, you know, you're in there. Obviously, you have to do lives.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time for the lives. But I'll say this: my bills are all paid because of TikTok.
No way.
I'll tell you a little. I'll show you a little bit later. But
Yeah, we
but
gotta
that's
have that
definitely an avenue
conversation.
that because it's perfect for you because you tell stories. So what people love, what people engage with, is that like the thing is like you have to have a good hook and then you have to have a good storyline. Whatever it's just moving things around and keeping people on. But that's why people, and I say this often, why people connect to people, why they relate to people is not because of the things they say, it's because of the stories they relate to. So the comedy, as much as it's comedy, there's something in there that people are looking at and they're like, yo, this is me. Like I was little Splou, un amigo que me dijo algo raro. But it's being able to connect with people. And that's what we've been talking about, right? This premise of just building relationships through social media and actually making social media social. I think that's the biggest thing. So what is damn, I don't want to call you Splou, bro, but no, es que se me queda ahí.
No, ya, dale para
I was like, what's Splou goal this year? Like,
dale. That'll be an exclusive of this interview. The only interview
Okay,
that you calling me
Splou.
my childhood name, where Splou actually came from.
What's the goal for this year? Like we're talking about working with purpose and on purpose, right? Not just working to work. What are you working towards right now?
Man, I feel like that's a hard question because como yo te estaba diciendo ahorita, yo no estoy trabajando para como nada específico.
Yeah.
¿Tú me entiendes?
Yeah.
The other day, somebody called me famous. And they were like, oh, how does it feel to be famous? And I was like, I'm not famous.
So, bro, 5 people know me from the block. That's it.
You know, to me, but then it's like they
You
sit
don't
me
see the
down
perspective.
and they're like, bro, you have 177,000 followers.
Yeah.
How do you not consider yourself famous? You walk into places, people know you. You walk in the street, people know you. Pero, yo no creo que como que, no voy a decir that's not what I'm working for. Like I said earlier, I enjoy the blessings.
Yeah.
I appreciate the blessings that comes with all of this. But I don't, to answer your question, I would love to feed my family off this.
Yeah.
I would love for this to be, that I can replace the money that I'm making of these 2 W-2s that I'm bringing in a year, that I can say I'm making that off el cerebro que yo tengo de nada más haciendo comedia.
But I'll tell you this much. Enjoy those W's because I'm assuming you got health insurance with the... A mí se me cayó un diente el otro día. That's why I'm not smiling as much, bro. Y ese diente son $4,000. So I'm going to Colombia for the tooth.
We're going to have a conversation.
You got a person?
I got somebody.
Oh, santo Dios.
I got somebody.
Bro.
You see this?
Did it? In another country?
Sí, como 1,500. Hablamos, te estoy diciendo.
No.
Vamos a hablar.
Bro, they told me I paid $1,500 for the switcher only, the fake tooth that you put in while they do the other one. I don't even want it anymore. I'm like, well, keep it. Keep the money too. Because that's what I'm saying. Sure. So the scary part of diving into like the entrepreneurial stuff and living into that life is that you really have to, I hate to say it, but you really have to grind after that. How do you feel about that though? Is that scary or is that exciting? Is that,
it's a little scary. It's a little scary after you see how much
you see potential. That's what's scary about it.
Yeah, well, the scary part is I see how much is covered when, for example, I'm because of my night job, I'm in the union.
Yeah,
32 BJ.
That's
so
to leave.
Yeah, so when I was really messed up with my sciatica. My whole back was I was gone, bro.
Yeah.
Shot. And when I was seeing what was being covered, I was just like new in the union. But, they was holding it down.
Like, what you mean, massages? También.
And I was like, man, and I'm not saying you new in the union, like new with like receiving my benefits.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, you have benefits, we're gonna activate this like right away, And man, when you see all that's covered, because uno está viejo, loco.
No, this is where things get scary.
Después que uno se pone de tan viejo, ahí es que uno comienza like, nigga, since when my ankle has hurt? Like, I see out of nowhere. I tried to swap a fly sitting down the other day, bro. I had to stay there for like coño.
Bro, we're waking up. I don't know what's going on my wrist. I didn't fall, pero duele.
Bro,
makes sense.
My body was hurting because I slept too long on the couch.
You got too much rest.
Malísimo.
You got too much rest. That's a lot.
Like, so you start realizing how important these benefits really are.
Yeah.
So it is scary, to think, okay, I could give all of this up, to go follow my dream.
Yeah.
But I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about how it's sad how these people, entertainers,
Yeah.
right? They entertain you for all these years, pero después que ellos están viejitos and they're no longer entertaining, there's no backup plan for them.
Yep. Yep.
So if they didn't make the right investments and they didn't move their money correctly, y ellos están viejitos,
Yeah.
bro, unfortunately they gotta go into the system because there's no 32BJ because you made the world laugh for 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the reality. And I also think, like, the scary thing about like being an entrepreneur and diving into that world is that reality that you have to make the right investments. Like, you have to learn about money management. You have to learn about those things. I was joking, well, kind of not joking, like the cost of the equipment I have here. I'm like, that's it. That's Luke's tuition right there, my kid. Pero la realidad que these are investments that I'm making in that. But after that, bro, yo ramen y tal vez los tres golpes just because it's like $5 for a plate. But after that, like, you really have to be conscious about what you spend. Even the tooth stuff. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. It's so expensive that I'm like, is this worth spending on right now? Because it's a physical thing. But I still need a tooth, so that's the hard part. So have you? So this being a dream, being a goal, because I've said this before, and I've heard it said somewhere else that if their dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Oh man, I cry.
What, is it because they're that big?
Yeah. I like se me sale la lágrima a veces, because a veces yo me pongo a pensar like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And a veces like como que yo me hago la idea en mi mente y vamos a decir, yo veo un show o yo veo un comediante que lo hizo, and I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Y a veces se me sale la lágrima. Like, and my heart even races, bro. Like me asusto.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh my God, am I gonna do this?
Yeah.
I'm about to have a show right now. 100 seats. That's the most I ever did.
You're gonna do more.
That's con adelante,
Yeah.
And today, I'm, sitting there doing the budgets with my fiance, my beautiful fiance, Nana. I love you, baby. Shout out to you.
Well, we'll just crop that just one. That we're just posting that one. That's nothing more. We're getting some Nana love.
We sitting there and we doing the budgeting for the show,
Yeah.
And she's like, babe, we're like 10 tickets away from selling out.
Wow, praise God.
And bro, yo me puse a llorar casi.
Yeah.
Because
you're seeing the reality, the fruits of it.
Yeah, because like I said, right? Like, I thought about it. I was like, man, what if I have a show at Captain Kirk's? Shout out to Captain Kirk's.
Yeah.
What if I have a show at Captain Kirk's? We did the Dominican versus Puerto Rican comedy show there. 175 people.
Yeah.
Sold out 4 nights back to back.
Every night. So
I'm like,
that means that all those people come one night together in one place.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, I could probably do 100.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I was like, I already did 75 at Comedy in Harlem. So I know for sure I could do 75. Maybe I should keep that. Pero ahí, my heart started racing. And I was like, ¿y si yo pongo 100, loco?
Yeah.
¿Y si yo cuando me paren esa tarima, I'm looking at 100 faces that came to see me? Bro, uno se asusta because it's like, la idea para mí es tan grande, pero después uno mismo, like, that enemy kicks in, and it's like, what if you don't?
You become your own biggest enemy.
What if you don't? What if you got 100 seats and you sell 20?
So we're coming back to that reality. 20. The crazy thing is that I feel like even on a bad day, you would still hit those numbers, because this is the benefit of having like a following and a growth. And as you grow and as you progress and become better, this becomes more of a reality. But I think that's the scary part too, is that, and this is something I'm facing myself, because I've spoken in arenas with 5,000 people. I was in Wisconsin, el sitio más blanco de mi vida. And I was like, I'm Dominican. Any Dominicans in here? In the third row in an arena, somebody goes, woo. They came to say hi to me after. She's like, I'm half Dominican. I was like, I cuenta, I guess. But it's that same premise, is that lie that we tell ourselves that I will never get to that place. So you convince you that you'll never get to that place. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, you guarantee that you don't do the thing you're afraid of. You say, well, that's not possible. Well, that's not real. The people that are most successful, I own that persona. I'm not going to say his name, because I know Santos knows him. By the way, Santos is here. If you're hearing, you might
Santos.
you might know him. The hood knows him. Y este tipo no puede cantar para nada. Ni un poquito. Pero he is so delusional that he could sing and he could dance. Y esto, que he's like on radio shows without a focus. And all these people. I might have gave too much information away. I don't want to talk about it.
No, ya tú me vas a tener que decir después que se acabe.
Este tipo cree que él puede, que lo que sea, and people are laughing and whatever, blah, blah. But you know what? The dude is everywhere. Because he's delusional about what he can do. Imagine if you actually had talent. You got talent. So imagine being delusional about what you can do about you. That's the only time that being delusional is okay. It's to believe that you're capable of that.
This is why when the conversations of partners come up, I think it's important to have someone that has what you may not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm more of a realist.
Mm.
Right? So it's a little hard for me to sometimes be that delusional.
Yeah.
But Nana.
She dreams.
Nana be like, I'm like, babe, I don't think I could do 100. She's like, why can't you do 500?
Yeah, that's it. That's what you need.
Why can't you do 1,000?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I go places and I'm like, bro, this is a real story, right? Para que tú veas cómo se mueve Nana. We're going somewhere. We get invited somewhere. I'm like, no, we got to wait outside because we got to go in with the person who invited us.
Yeah.
She's like, do you know who the fuck you are?
Yeah.
Like, walk in there, you're Splou, and ellos te van a recibir. And I'm like, nah, because you see, I'm not delusional enough, right?
Yeah.
So being the realist that I am, I'm like, no, because in reality, esta gente lo que me conocen es de Instagram. They're not just gonna.
Yeah.
So, ¿qué pasa? Yo me llevo, Nana's like, okay, llevándose de su marido, cool. I get on the line. On the line, security's like looking. He stops everybody. He goes to me. Who you with? I'm like, it's just me and my girl. He's like, let's go. Brings me in there, cuts me all the way to the front. Right when we about to pay, they like, hey, them two, pa dentro. She just looked at me like,
I told you.
So what do you need to wait for?
Yeah.
So, I say that because she's my dreamer.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
That's my heart, bro.
But she's also capable of seeing in you what you don't see in yourself.
Oh, 1,000%.
That's what you need. You need her. You need that.
1,000%.
That's what we need in general. Like people, relationships shouldn't be such a struggle. You need a person, and you need to be that for her too. You need to see in her.
Oh, I am.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of continuity, that you guys are doing that for each other. That's where growth is. That's just stay with her.
Thank you. I mean, she's became an influencer.
Yeah.
Just
but that's beauty, because you're working together.
Yes.
You both rub off of that. That's it. And it's just going to create her own thing, her own lane.
That's my baby, Josh.
Yeah, bro. I feel like the next step is I got to put a podcast together. I got a studio for you.
Estamos en eso.
Hey, I got a place. Tú en casa aquí. You let me know. These things are going to be on wheels, so we can move it, make it look like what you want.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
That's awesome, bro. And that's awesome that you have that with her. That's rare to find, because a lot of times it's like either I ride your wave or you carry me. It's never like we're working together, or I believe in you enough to push you into those things. That's the healthiest relationship you could ever do. What would you consider a mountain for you? So Made for This Mountain is the podcast. So what's a mountain is a place of challenge, difficulty. So we're saying that the belief, that's one, but what is like the thing that you feel like stops you from believing in you? How much more validation do you need to actually believe in yourself?
I think is I still don't believe a lot of the things that's happening for me.
It's surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo estoy como, da pena decirlo, pero como que yo estoy tan acostumbrado a como que las cosas no vayan tan bien siempre. I challenge with myself a lot.
Yeah.
And as much like against myself.
Yeah.
Right. And as much as people see Instagram and it's like, oh no, pero tú tienes que ser una persona de esta, like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
Yo hay días que,
Yeah.
I just let's say don't have it because of real life shit.
Yeah.
So I guess my mountain would be to feed my family off comedy, get my kids together. I don't have my kids right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids, okay.
Yeah. And just life and mean people.
Yeah. Trust me. We in this room. We all know about that.
So that's one of those things that I have to like fight against myself. So every day I have to wake up and tell myself, even though, let's say, for example, you're not allowed to see your kids or no te dejan ver tu muchacho, you are a good dad. You are a good person.
Yeah.
You make the world laugh. No matter how much of a shitty person the world may make you wanna feel like, there's another side of the world that's just like, yo, bro, you brighten our day. That we don't know how we would have gotten through this day without you.
Yeah.
So that's new to me, bro.
Yeah.
All of that shit is new to me.
Yeah.
So I guess el poder hacer esto y tener mi familia, man, I'll be at the top of the mountain.
Yeah. And I think it's also important. That's an important thing for you to take on and for other people to realize that even though you might make other people happy and all these things, that you're a human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall short. You're going to fall flat. You're going to do stupid things, but that doesn't define you. What you do next does. And every other aspect of that, every other avenue of that, that's who you are. Someone said this once, and I feel like it was like Martin Luther King or something, but I don't really remember. He said that you're not the first thought that comes to your mind. You're the action that you take after. So it's not the first thing that happened, not the first thing you thought, but it's the action that you took. What did you do next? That's the big question. That's the big answer that we're all living with. What did I do next? And advice to you that I gave to myself that I'm living through right now, because that's the same thing. I've dealt with imposter syndrome. I've dealt with thinking that I'm not worthy of the platform that I have, or I dealt with I shouldn't be the person speaking because yo soy un toyo. But I thank God that God is good and merciful, that even though I'm a hot mess, he's good, so he fixes this mess. But what I've been living in is enjoying this season. So the season that I'm in right now, whatever it looks like, see, this podcast thing only lasts from the May that it started to the May that it ends. Then this is going to be the hottest year I've ever spent in that. And I'm stepping into it. So enjoy the season, live in that. Really just say, yo, si esto lo que hay, I'm going to enjoy it. It's just like, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. For our last section here, I asked ChatGPT because I'm trying to use ChatGPT to ask intricate questions.
Dale.
And we're just going to jump through a few of these real quick. I don't think we'll do all of them, but this is what ChatGPT has to ask you. So I said, if you were interviewing Splou and you had some good questions for him that I might have not thought of, what would you have asked? ChatGPT said this. It says, all right, this is your first question. It says, New York is brutal, beautiful, and loud. How has the city specifically shaped your comedy? And what's something you've learned on stage here that you couldn't have learned anywhere else?
Wow.
I was like a college level.
Fucking T.
Yo, está fuerte. I was not going to ask that. I would have been like, what's the craziest thing you've seen on stage?
So what's your favorite sneakers, bro? I see you got a lot of sneakers. Which
I can votar.
¿Qué yo aprendido? What I've learned, first of all, I've learned to find my people.
Okay.
We are, as sad to say, we're a large group, pero desafortunadamente it's like nosotros, like, I gotta bring us out.
Yeah.
Like we out here.
Yeah.
It's just like, unfortunately, what people see from us is no good.
Yeah.
When they hear Latinos, they hear Hispanics, it's rare, that others see any good. So what I've learned is, I've done comedy for the American side. But man, doing comedy for my people, getting my people to come outside, finding my people all around these different states. I get hit ups from different states. Man, that's algo que agradecido que he aprendido.
Okay, that's a great one. This one's good too. Para que piense bien, your first laugh. That's kind of romantic. Do you remember the very first time you made a stranger laugh? What did that moment do to you? That's cute.
Probably not a stranger, but I remember my first show.
Okay.
I remember my first show, and it's such a surreal moment that I still remember it. I could still write it. I could still remember riding home and now being able to, like, thinking about it. Man, I made people laugh, right? It's like this. You get in the car, you ride home. Man, I made people laugh. You park the car, you're walking home. bro, I really made people laugh tonight. Now you're in bed, así acotado. You're like, yo, bro, I made people laugh tonight. Until you're like, people really laughed con lo que yo creé en mi cerebro. Oh, man. It's a high, bro.
Yeah.
It's a high that I've never... that shit made my endorphins reach a level that has never been before. And it can only be reached doing that.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so we'll leave with this last one just because it's interesting. Have you ever... Well, I'll rephrase it. I'll say what they said. Have you ever felt like you bombed? Like you didn't do well on stage?
Hell yeah.
How did that go? What was that like?
You want to fucking crawl under a rock. It's brutal, bro. Yeah. It's brutal. But you also understand that it's part of the process. We're human beings. We don't have it all together.
Yeah.
Even though, I'll tell you one thing. I could say two of my best shows that I would say that han sido two of my best shows, I've been casi dejado de nana. Discutiendo. ¿Tú sabes? Because, bro, we're human.
Yeah, of course.
La cabeza mala, bro. I'm stressed. My boy's convincing me, like, yo, you got to do this show. This is like with a big comedian. You can't. And I'm like, I'm in my house like, fuck this comedy shit. I'm done. I'm done with all this shit. I don't want nothing. I'm not even leaving my house. And, it's like, ¿cómo tú puedes desperdiciar lo que Dios te ha dado?
Yeah.
You go do it. Bro, it's been comedy shows that comediantes de renombre vienen donde mi loco, te la comió. Yeah. And only if they knew that I was just fucking crying 2 hours ago, talking about I'm done with all this shit. So, man, bro, I feel like you brought me back to some moments. Awesome. No, uno lo que tiene que... Yo trato... Damn, yo me fui. Me perdí ahora mismo pensando en eso, loco. Me perdí en eso. Bro, bombing, it's part of the process. You learn as a comedian that it's part of the process. Because also, you have to get comfortable with it when you're practicing materials. Yeah. When you're practicing material and you go to these open mics, sometimes there's comedians that feel so comfortable to want to try new materials in a show. Yeah. You throw it out there and people don't laugh. Cool. But that's what open mics are for. Yeah. There's times that I've seen comediantes de renombre, manito, comediantes que tú has visto en movie. Que no. Ellos están en un stage working out materials and people be like, oh my God, is that really him? Yeah. But they don't understand that I'm working on this material right now. Exactly.
So you're refining.
I'm writing it out until you catch it until boom. Oh shit, that got a laugh. All right, cool. And you start adding to that. Yeah. But bombing is part of the process. Yeah. Ahora duele. Si te voy a decir la verdad. Yeah. Cuando uno está en un show y tú sabes que tú estás dando todo lo tuyo. Yeah. Y desafortunadamente that's not your crowd.
Why not?
Because if I go to a speaking of yours, right? Yeah. People are expecting to see you. Yeah. Right? Pero después you want to be like, oh, I'm going to bring a special guest, Splou. Y vengo yo, digo, con mi vaina, hey, que lo que mi gente. Con esta energía, people like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
we are high class people here.
Yeah, we
get the
want
Dominican
Josh,
stuff out of here.
So unfortunately, it's just not my crowd. Mm-hmm. And not to say that maybe I won't catch a few laughs here and there, pero that's not my crowd. Yeah. Y me ha pasado. Yeah. ¿Cómo uno se siente, muchacho? Yo quisiera meterme bajo una piedra.
Trágame tierra.
Trágame tierra right there. Eso es lo que más duele. You'd be like, hi, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you later. And just be like...
Isn't that SpongeBob with the community? He's like, this guy stinks. Boo.
Oh, gracias a Dios que no sigo. I've seen that. Pero Josh, si eso me había pasado, I would have thought about coming back to comedy.
No, but that's a life lesson. Not even just about comedy. That's everything. That's everything we're doing. Like you need to be refined, and the only way you become refined is by failing. I made a post about it today. Funny enough, because like I was showing like the videos like when I started, trash. Basura y yo estaban juntos, and I had people really close to me that I love dearly, and it was not good advice. Good people close to you are going to give you bad advice. And he was like, yo, don't post the content unless it's perfect. If I had waited to be perfect, I would not be getting paid. No, bro, you got to just do the thing. That's it, and you're going to get refined.
¿Tú sabes qué me ha pasado, Josh? ¿Tú sabes que la gente... Bro, yo pongo un video, just me talking like this. Oh, que tú y lo otro. Y ese video viene y se le mete 70,000 views.
Yeah.
In 5 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Se le mete. Boom. Y después vengo yo y digo, yo, let me get a camera, let me do this, and let me, boom, I'm gonna get edits. Y le pongo, le saco un video, una vaina, mira, con calidad. 200 views.
Yeah.
In the same amount of time.
Yeah.
10 comments.
Yeah.
2 shares. You're like, yo, pero a la gente lo que le gusta es
But I will say this.
the rawness.
They like the rawness, and that's a fact. But I will also say this. Social media está de madre. Instagram. I post this, we won't post that there. So it's Instagram, you can't even say the name without them perking their ears up. And I made the mistake. I know Instagram really well. I don't care about it anymore. Para mí eso ya, because TikTok pays me. That's my piece. you bought my loyalty. But Instagram is doing something specifically where they are limiting your reach. Your engagement is under 2%. So it comes to a point that they're limiting it because they make money. They don't want you to make money without them making money. So what's happening is that they're limiting the amount of reach. So the more polished your stuff is, the less likely they are to push it because of that same factor. They believe that you have the money to pay for it. I'm not going to dive into that because that's a whole other episode. And I could like tell you that later, whatever you want to talk about it. But they do that. They do that on purpose. They actually limit your reach. And so many people are complaining about it, and they're going to fix it. And I'm saying this. Okay, I'll say this, and we'll squeeze that into somebody. For a person that wants to be a creator, wants to create, in the next couple of months, this is when you got to start. Because of how bad it has been, they have to fix it. So what they're going to do is, I call it the waves, right?
Yeah.
We're in the bottom part of this wave now, but this next wave is going to be big. For people that want to create and make content, this next wave is going to push very heavy because of how bad it's been. They're trying to adjust and correct things, and they're actually going to start pushing people. Like, right, 2%, less than 2% of your followers actually see your content. So the people that are new are the people that are seeing it. So if you have your on the upside of the wave now, is good. But if you're going to catch the next one, life-changing social media money.
I mean, let's hope.
Catch that one.
That's what we're trying to work on, you know?
Yeah. So, bro, we're going to stop this episode here, not because we wouldn't stop talking. I don't even know if I'm supposed to add another commercial. If y'all heard a commercial, my fault. I got to ask my producer. Because I at this point, I think we're well over the 2 commercial thing. But if you're listening, first of all, thank you for being on this episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for standing with us. And Splou, thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for your presence. Thank you just for what you do and for taking that drive out here. You got to enjoy the mountains. Maybe you'll see the horses outside. Is there a message that you want to share before we sign off? How to find you, all that wonderful stuff. This likely episode will air after your thing. So, si tiene otra cosa que viene por ahí that you want to throw in there.
Yeah. Well, first, thank you for having me. Of course. You know, like I told you, you know, not only appreciative of being here, but I'm appreciative of being here with you because I am a fan.
Appreciate you.
Everyone, y'all know y'all can find me on anywhere. Y'all can spell it SPLOU. Follow me on the gram and wherever you can spell it. I got shows coming up. Miami, I'm coming out October 23rd, 24th, 25th. I'm gonna be in Tampa, Orlando, Miami. November, I'm gonna be in Boston. December, I'm gonna be in Boston, and many tour dates to come. So, thank you so much for your support, and thank you, Josh, again for having me.
Thank you, brother. We'll catch you guys in the next one.